Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of DC Universe Online. I'm of course Trex here in the Stats Revamp 1.3. So I'm here in Iceberg Lounge. I've already done all the party questing. I'm going to try and make sure to probably skip that for videos and just go straight into where we can go into the action. So I'm going to try and a hybrid loadout. Now this hybrid build is still kind of similar. It's basically I'm still spec like if I was playing play from the tray, but I redid my loadout and I also am going to be using my weapon a lot more. You're going to see different hybrid videos from me when it comes to this because right now I'm spec full power. I'm going to do a video spec full might. I'm going to do a video spec full precision, and then we'll go willy-nilly with our stats and everything once I actually get a stream chat and I can get them to help me make some skill point decisions. I want to make sure I have the stream with me when making these decisions because this is a video for you guys, and having their input helps me make sure I give a good video for you guys to understand and look at. So let's go ahead and take a look at our loadout first. So in this loadout, I'm going full dots, full electrified dots. I'm using the electrified PI. I could be using electrostatic bomb, which is another kind of damage over time. I think it does like 3 ticks of damage, which means kind of how Tesla Blast works, but it works off the polarized. It doesn't actually do damage from polarized and or electrified PIs anymore. So it's only a polarized loadout, which again, we still need to do a polarized loadout. I have not forgotten. So, first things first, we have Electrogenesis, Arc Lightning, Voltaic Bolt, Electrocute, Tesla Blast, and I'm using Megavolt as my Supercharge. Now, I'm also not using I believe it's Shockwave. Not Shockwave. It was another shock move. What was it? Now I can't remember. Silly me. No. I'll find it. I want to make sure I find it. Because I don't like... Oh, come on. I know you're there. You are. Static Push. Static Push is the Supercharged generator, but that's for polarizing enemies. And again, I'm not using that loadout. I do believe that Supercharged generators need to be fit for every situation. I mean, you don't use Static Push in a healing loadout, so it kind of needs to be a utility for both roles. But I digress. So again, we're using Electrogenesis, Arc Lightning, Voltaic Bolt, Electrocute, Tesla Ball, and Megavolt as our Supercharge. The rotation is going to go Electrogenesis, Arc Lightning, Electrogenesis to do its first dot. By the time it does its first dot, I'm already casting Arc Lightning to do the Electrified. Then I'm using Voltaic Bolt. Then I'm using Electrocute. And then I'm using Tesla Ball. And Megavolt will most likely come up when I'm having to fight bosses. So we'll see how that goes. It'll mostly probably be up by the time we get to Penguin, so we can definitely look at it there. So this is my first time using this loadout. It may take a little bit of it, but I'm also using weapons. So the weapons I am using is hand blasters. I will be moving to different weapons throughout my testing during the weekend as later videos go. So hand blasters is basically what I started off with. It was the default. I just went with it really. For my stat points, I put 20 points into my crit chance for 20%, 20 points into my crit damage for 40%, and then for this video, we are doing 119 in power. Like I said, this is kind of still my spec when it comes to the play from the tray layout. I mean, all my mods are basically all might. I have health and power in my blues. But taking a look at our stats, 18,000 health, power is at 23,926 we all know and love. Might is at 9058, and my precision is at 8910. Again, might and precision have no extra stats to them whatsoever. I'm only using what I have on me. So in this hybrid loadout, I'm looking at blowing through my entire rotation while everything is on cooldown, using my weapon, and then once everything's off of cooldown, go back to blowing through it. So hopefully having this high power will allow me to do things. It might even make me spam Arc Lightning just to do a little bit more healing. We'll just have to find out. So alright, let's get into some action. Electrogenesis, Arc Lightning, Voltaic Bolt, Electrocute, and then Tesla Ball. Everything's dead. Everything's coming off a cooldown. Electrogenesis, Arc Lightning, Voltaic Bolt, Electrocute, and Tesla Ball, and Weapon. And of course, I need to actually show you guys my combat log. That's silly of me not to show you guys that. Electrogenesis, Arc Lightning, Voltaic Bolt, Electrocute, and Tesla Ball, and then we have our weapon attack. We're using basically Pulse Beam. Because everything else seems to be pretty dime. So this is basically our loadout for... I mean, I am basically doing this so... Ooh. Yeah. Oh, shoot, I did not mean to hit that. Oh, that's gonna suck. So this is my dot loadout that I'm trying to work with. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit my electrified PI there. And I still have my soda to use as well if I need it. Oh goody. And we'll go ahead and use Megavolt. Use a full pulse beam. And I'm gonna pop in Megavolt, because why not? I'll use Tesla Ball. There's no reason to use Electrocute during that fight when he's about to die.
You know this. Yeah, the last one had too much blood on it.
Alright, moving on. So, using it on the Pangbot boss fight was not too hectic. I mean, I did run out of power. So, me using my weapon attacks needed to be more frequent. Because I am relying a lot on my dots, which means I'm using a dot loadout, so you would expect it, right? Yeah, that's how I kind of expect it. I mean, you basically, for a higher loadout, you're basically blowing through an entire rotation, using your weapon to regen the power, and then blow through your rotation again.
While she gets that lock.
You gotta be smart. I mean, I definitely used Voltaic Bolt when there was technically only one enemy. I didn't even have to do that. See, now that there's multiple targets. I'll use this. Waste not, want not, right? Am I right? I'm right. The one thing I'm also not using is weapon mastery combos. As we've been on live servers, I mean, you want to use weapon mastery combos to do, you know, that extra damage. But because of skill point allocations, I didn't really want to do that. I think just using my basic pulse beam and basic other hand blaster combos should be doing enough for me. But again, that's something that we have to test. Not even hitting. And dead. Now the way I have my loadout as well is I have it where the longer cooldowns are kind of towards the first abilities I use. which isn't really the case since Arc Lightning and Tesla Ball have these shorter cooldowns. But I am full Supercharge to use on Penguin, so we're gonna see how. Oh, excuse me, guys. We're gonna see how Megavolt does against the bird. So I can basically use it twice once it's off cooldown.
When you can beat 'em.
Crisis averted.
All right,
See you go.
stop it.
We're not done here yet. Little birdie, wanna come out and play?
So let's see how we go. So Electrogenesis, Arc Lightning. I don't even think my Arc Lightning even hit. Let's go ahead and use Megavolt. I'll even use my Solar, because why not? It's not going to hurt anything. And Megavolt. And there it is, Voltaic Bolt.
To be an easier score than this.
I think you're onto something. There are a lot of old money bags in the VIP lounge. What if we held one for ransom?
Ooh, yeah. A nice big rich one like Bruce Wayne.
I'm sorry, what? We are not kidnapping Bruce Wayne.
Oh no? I say we put it to a vote. Yay or nay? I vote yay.
Absolutely nay. We are not harming a single hair on his head.
Yay! 2 against 1. Sorry, darling.
Fine.
So in the end, that actually worked out pretty well. Of course, doing both damage abilities and the weapon, it's gonna do more damage. I was just able to blow through Penguin a lot easier than I have with weapon or with or just straight Trey. So yeah, hybrid is going to give you large amounts of damage. One of the key factors in this loadout is the fact that I'm using a medium, high, medium supercharge. So I'm using 3 mediums and 2 high power costs, where maybe I would even switch it up. Maybe I would take Electrogenesis out and put Static Push in, so it'll polarize enemies. Take out Tesla Ball and put Electrostatic Bomb in, and that would give me a 12-second cool. That will give me 2 12-second cooldowns, where the only thing I can spam would be Arc Lightning, with it being a 3-second cooldown and being a medium, and I would really have to rely on my powers. I will have to rely on my weapons to recharge my power. Now, because my power pool is so high at 23k, I'm probably able to use these actual high power cost abilities. But once you start putting points out of power, then you're going to need to start thinking about, well, I'm not going to be able to use a lot of these high level powers. I'm going to need to remove one of them and bring it down to a medium or even a low. I'm not saying you need to rely solely on your powers. You, as a hybrid, you mix it up. You either have to have in your mindset that you're going to use your powers more and your weapons will refill your power bar, or you're going to use your weapon more and your abilities will just complement it. Basically, at that point, if you're using your weapons more, you would be using wired. You would put wired in your loadout to increase your weapon damage. And then whatever abilities else that you really want to throw in there. But you will basically be always spamming wired, and then you would have these other abilities behind you. In which, at that point, it's playing along with it. Another thing with the hybrid build, using a weapon more, would be you would have to use Overcharge. Overcharge, it does extra damage when it explodes as you do additional attacks. And so far, the only way we've seen those, I've seen additional attacks, is either if I use Tesla Blast or if I use my weapons. So using Wired and Overcharge will probably be two key factors into your hybrid build if you solely rely more on your weapon than you do on powers. But that's another test for another day, and so we'll be looking at actual hybrid builds pretty much throughout the weekend when I have time. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.